everyone, happy lockdown. I had a little bit of time because, you know, we're not allowed to do anything. So I thought I'd do a look through the comics, which I said I was going to do in my Dog Witch review, which I actually recorded several months ago and then didn't get around to doing this video until now. So I'm just going to do like a little visual look through of the comics that I have that deal with witchcraft, some of which I've reviewed previously, some of which I didn't review, and I'm going to be talking about like why I didn't review them. But I'm going to start out with this one. This is The Witching Hour, a 3-part comic book series published by Vertigo. I bought all 3 parts to review for the podcast, and in the end I didn't like it very much, so I never bothered to review it. Also, it had like minimal witchy content. I really didn't like these panels, which are so small and so hard to tell what is going on in like any of them. Also, the story was told in that very kind of Pulp Fiction-y kind of forwards, backwards and side to side type narrative where everything happened out of order. I just didn't find it that interesting to read, and I found it just a little bit boring, so didn't bother to review it. The actual art style was pretty good. I just didn't really rate it as a story series. But there we go. If you'd be interested in reading those, you can find those on eBay, which is basically where I got all of these. One I have reviewed is Hex Wives. This is issue 4 that I happened to pull out. And just to show you the... Ooh, big scary face on that guy. The general sort of art style of that. Again, I really like this series, reviewed it separately. I keep meaning to pick up Goddess Mode because I've got it on my to read list, but I haven't got around to it yet. So there you go, there's the guy who's pretending he was set on fire. So that's quite fun. And yeah, just like the colours, I like the imagery, I like the way it's drawn. Really nice comic book. And then we have the main character discovering her powers. I really like this series. Can't wait for more of it to come out. This is another one called The Witching Hour. This is completely separate. It's a one-shot anthology sort of comic of different stories, again by Vertigo. I actually don't remember reading this. I think I just bought this for myself. As you can see, it does have witches in it, so I might do a little review of this one separately, but lots of different art styles. This is where I heard about Coffin Hill as well, which I also have in the pile. Lots of different stuff going on. This is a story about outer space that I really liked. But yeah, some interesting stuff. This story I didn't particularly care for. I think this was one of sort of like McCarthyism and witchcraft. That was very strange. But yeah, enjoyed that. Might give that a full review. Then we have The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. This is still the first volume. I don't know if the second volume has actually come out yet. As you can see, a very vintage type art style. This is the Michelle Gomez character, actually, Madame Satan. You can see she looks very different in the comic book version. Sabrina. It's very orange as well. But yeah, lots of very strange and disturbing visuals in here. This is Aunt Hilda. She looks very different. There we go. Let's see if we can find a picture of Madame Satan with her. There we go. That's what she actually looks like with her creepy skeleton eyes. Very disturbing. Yeah, kind of interested to see the second part of this come out, but we shall see. Another one I haven't reviewed, I actually did quite like Rat Queens. One of the volumes just kind of weirdly had to retcon it because of one of the writers not being great, let's just say. But I do like it. There's a lot of magical stuff in there. It's kind of like Dragon Age 2, if it had a lot more comedy and humour in it as well. Also like queer characters of colour, so it's pretty good one, and it's very funny as well. I really love me some magic ladies. So as you can see, a lot of fantasy violence in there. But yeah, really nice. I have a couple of volumes of that, and it's a pretty good read. Then we have Black Magic, volumes 1 and 2, which I've previously reviewed. I really like, again, the art style of this one. The way it just incorporates these little pops of colour, symbols and magic and stuff. See the main character there with her sort of like pentacle badge, because she's a police officer. That's pretty cool. The spells on her house, like the way they seem to like glow on the page. Absolutely love that. Really lovely art style, and I'm really hoping they do continue this, because it was just a great read and I enjoyed it a lot. Lots of gory autopsies and things. But there. Really love that series. If you know anything about like the 3rd volume starting out, do let me know, because I haven't seen anything about it. And we've got Coffin Hill volumes 1, 2 and 3. That's volume 1. Again by Vertigo. A lot more colourful than Black Magic. A lot more sort of less realism and more cartoonish. That's pretty cool. All the magic stuff kicking off here. They're doing the ritual that sets everything else in motion. It obviously does not end well, as you can see from this lady. So, again, I really like the visuals in this, the creepy woods especially. Especially the main character, she's a very sort of distinctive looking person, especially with her weird eye from where she was attacked. It's quite cool. So there we go, that's Coffin Hill. Then we have Skim. Skim is the sort of lesbian coming of age story, but it does feature witchcraft, which I was not expecting it to. Very different art style to everything else. As you can see, it's black and white. It is pretty cool. Some of the characters look a little bit weird and stylized, but I don't hate it, is what I'm saying. So here we have like the altar Skim has set up. Just little things like that. There isn't too much like occult imagery, it's mainly just, you know, slice of life people talking. But there you go. Nice looking comic. Then we have Witchcraft. I think this includes parts 1, 2 and 3 in one book. So you've got, again, quite a vintage looking art style. Lots of sort of bright blocky colours, a lot of very wordy text. But yeah, again, witchcraft, and as you can see going through, you can see the goddesses there. This is my least favourite art style actually from the mid story. My favourite one was actually sort of towards the end. This is the crone here. This one I think it just looked a lot cleaner and better. It's still a little bit dated, but you know, not too bad. Here we have the goddesses coming together to do their magic. And our bad guy, who seems very emotionally stable. Another Witchcraft. This is another one I didn't review. This is called just Witches. It's not actually about what I would consider to be witches. The witches are just these like beings that live in the woods, and they can grant wishes if you pledge someone to them, and it's very strange, very bright and colourful, and they sort of make this noise as they go through the woods, but it doesn't seem to feature any actual like witchcraft or witchiness. It's just these like weird creatures that I don't know that you actually get to see. Like, I guess there's the claws of one. Yeah, they just like come and take people away who've been pledged to them. So that's not really like actually witches, which was quite disappointing given the like title and the cover, which drew me in. This is a one-off one from the creator of Fables. If you've played like the Xbox game Fables, so that's what that's based on. This is Thessaly Witch for Hire. This is quite cool. She's just, you know, a witch, and this guy is trapped in a mirror who's just like made of different spirits all working together. I quite like Thessaly as a character. She's kind of like Daria in that very sarcastic kind of sense. A lot of black ink there. It's just kind of a funny story that has a lot of witches and demons and that sort of thing in it. It's kind of cool and fun. This is Dog Witch. We have all 3 volumes of that. Those are the one way round, but there we go. I've got season 2 is the only unbagged one. So you can see here's the main character, Violet Grimm. This is Dolores the doll. We've got some very gory and weird things going on in here. Demons, tarot. The house out in the creepy woods. All very strange stuff. Again, all in black and white. There we go. And last but not least, the Dark Horse Book of Witchcraft, which I think I'm actually getting rid of because, to be honest, I'm not that interested in reading it again, but I think this is probably one of the more recent reviews. I really liked the front cover, and these end papers are pretty cool. But then I just didn't really appreciate a lot of the like art style, a lot of the different stories. This like Troll Witch story, for example, with like all the text separate. This is the creepy picture of the Troll Witch. Not Troll Witch. What am I talking about? Toad Witch, obviously. Very different art styles. Didn't care for this one that much either. Again, very orange. Not sure what all this orange is about in comics, but there we go. But there we go. That so far is my Witchcraft comic book collection. I am looking into getting some of the other ones that you might have seen like adverts for in those particular volumes that I have. But aside from that, I'm pretty much done on my collection. I'd really love some recommendations because my pile has run out, so I've actually reviewed them all now. So get in touch if you have any other witchy comics that you'd like me to review, and you know, if you have any questions about the ones that I have here, or you'd like to see some more of them, I will make another video so you can have a little bit of a look through. But hopefully that's helped you to imagine the contents in a way that me just describing them hasn't. So until the next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!